Anthony Quinn, born Manuel Antonio Rodolfo Quinn. Oaxaca on April 21, 1915, in Chihuahua, Mexico, was a man whose life embodied perseverance, reinvention, and the spirit of survival. Raised in poverty by a Mexican father of Irish descent and a Mexican mother, Quinn's early years were filled with hardship. His family relocated to Los Angeles, where Quinn had to work various manual labor jobs, including boxing and construction, to help support them. These experiences shaped the authenticity and grit that he later brought to his iconic roles on screen. Despite his challenges, Quinn found solace in art and architecture. Under the guidance of renowned architect Frank Lloyd Wright, Quinn was encouraged to explore acting, a decision that would change the course of his life and career. With an expressive power that captivated audiences, Quinn made his mark on Hollywood, leaving a legacy that spanned decades, overcoming Hollywood's limits and rising to fame. Quinn's early career in Hollywood was marred by the limitations of typecasting. In the 1930s and 1940s, Hollywood often cast him in stereotypical ethnic roles due to the racial constraints of the time. However, Quinn was determined not to be confined by these roles. His breakthrough came in the early 1950s, when his performances revealed a depth and emotional complexity that could no longer be ignored. His portrayal of Eufemio Zapata in Viva Zapata, 1952, earned him his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, making him the first Mexican-born actor to win an Oscar. This achievement was followed by a second Oscar for his role as painter Paul Gauguin in Lust for Life, 1956, solidifying his position as one of Hollywood's most respected actors. The iconic role of Zorba an international success. Anthony Quinn's career reached new heights with his performance in Zorba the Greek, 1964. His portrayal of Alexis Zorba became synonymous with his name, symbolizing joy, passion, and the resilience of the human spirit. The role earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor and introduced him to a new generation of fans worldwide. Zorba was more than just a character. He embodied the exuberant, free-spirited nature that Quinn himself valued. Throughout his career, Quinn portrayed a variety of characters, from historical figures to complex individuals struggling with their own dilemmas. His versatility as an actor was evident in films such as Lawrence of Arabia, 1962, where he portrayed Oda Abutai, a powerful leader. These roles and his ability to infuse depth into his characters made Quinn a beloved figure in international cinema, a creative force beyond acting. In addition to his acting prowess, Quinn was a gifted artist in many other fields. He was an accomplished painter, sculptor, and writer. His artwork was exhibited in galleries worldwide, showcasing his deep appreciation for beauty, form, and cultural expression. For Quinn, creativity was not confined to one medium. It was a way of life. He approached each of his artistic endeavours with the same passion and fearlessness that defined his acting career. In addition to his visual art, Quinn wrote memoirs and essays that offered insight into his personal philosophy, exploring themes of identity, success, and the human experience. His creative output was as diverse as his acting career, and he believed that art in all its forms helped him express the complex emotions and experiences he had accumulated throughout his life. Marriages, family, and the struggles of personal life. Anthony Quinn's personal life was just as complex and passionate as the characters he portrayed on screen. His first marriage was to actress Catherine Deal in 1937. This union linked him to Hollywood royalty, as Catherine was the adopted daughter of renowned director and producer Cecil B. DeMille. This marriage provided Quinn with emotional stability and professional opportunities, especially during the early years of his career. Together, they had 5 children, and maintained the outward appearance of a successful Hollywood family. However, Quinn's career and fame began to strain their relationship, especially as his infidelities became more frequent. The marriage ended in divorce in 1965, after nearly 3 decades together due to Quinn's increasingly restless and impulsive nature. Quinn's second marriage and continued struggles. In 1966, just 1 year after his divorce, Anthony Quinn married Yolanda Adalori, an Italian costume designer. The couple had 3 children together, and for a time, Quinn seemed to have found renewed passion in both his career and family life. However, this marriage, like the first, was plagued by Quinn's infidelities. He carried on a long-term affair with Fredel Dunbar, with whom he fathered 2 children, and this relationship caused significant emotional strain. Despite his continued success in Hollywood, Quinn's personal life was marked by turmoil and a constant battle with his own impulses. Rumours swirled about his affairs with iconic actresses like Carole Lombard, Rita Hayworth, and Ingrid Bergman, further adding to his reputation as a charismatic but flawed romantic figure. The breakdown of Quinn's second marriage. By the late 1990s, Quinn's second marriage had reached a breaking point. His affair with his secretary, Catherine Benvin, came to light, leading to the birth of 2 children. The emotional strain from these infidelities, coupled with years of unresolved conflicts, led to the end of his marriage with Yolanda in 1997. The divorce was bitter and highly publicized, symbolizing the culmination of decades of marital struggles. Despite the turbulent relationships in his personal life, Quinn found a new sense of commitment when he married Catherine Benvin, with whom he had already fathered children. This marriage represented both continuity and contradiction. While Quinn sought companionship and stability in his later years, it also reflected the same patterns of behaviour that had defined his romantic life for decades. Anthony Quinn and Charles Bronson. Breaking the silence. For years, Anthony Quinn had been asked about his fellow actor, Charles Bronson, yet he remained largely silent about their relationship. Both Quinn and Bronson were known for their rugged, masculine screen personas, often portrayed as tough, unbreakable figures. Later in life, Quinn chose to break his silence and reflect on Bronson's legacy, offering a respectful and humanizing perspective. Quinn admired Bronson's on-screen presence, which he believed was often misunderstood. He noted that, while Bronson's screen persona was intimidating, it was merely an armor to protect his vulnerability. Both men had come from humble beginnings, knowing hunger and hardship, and Quinn saw a kindred spirit in Bronson. Despite their similarities, Quinn acknowledged the differences between them. While Quinn thrived in chaotic environments, Bronson preferred solitude and silence, using it as a means to maintain control in an industry that often sought to reshape actors. Anthony Quinn's final years and peace in Bristol. In the twilight of his life, Anthony Quinn withdrew from the Hollywood spotlight and found peace in the quiet coastal town of Bristol, Rhode Island. After decades of performing on sound stages and living a life filled with creative energy, Quinn sought solace in privacy and reflection. He settled in Bristol, a place where he could enjoy the simple pleasures of life, including a sweeping view of Narragansett Bay. This serene setting allowed him to step away from the pressures of fame and embrace a more peaceful existence. In his final year, Quinn was surrounded by the comforts of family and the beauty of nature reflecting on the remarkable life he had led. His passing on June 3, 2001, at the age of 86, marked the end of a storied career that had spanned continents and generations of cinema. The end of an era. Anthony Quinn's funeral and final resting place. Anthony Quinn's funeral was held at the First Baptist Church in America in Providence, Rhode Island, a fitting tribute to a man whose life had been as epic and multifaceted as any of the characters he portrayed. Family, friends, and admirers gathered to honor his extraordinary contributions to film and art. In a deeply personal gesture, Quinn's wife requested that he be buried not in a traditional cemetery, but in the place he loved most, his own backyard. The couple had purchased the property in 1995, drawn to its serenity and breathtaking view of the bay. Quinn had found peace in this quiet space, and it was here that he was laid to rest near an old maple tree, a symbol of the tranquility he had sought after a lifetime of tumult and triumph.